my baby Boo's out there. I'm your goddess Nazca. Here at Trucker Mom, we're reacting to...
Blooms thinks South Park changed forever. No, we just watched the third episode.
Is this about the third, or is this about the second episode?
No, this is about the third episode.
About the third episode?
The new season of South Park just came out, and with it we have some seemingly major changes to South Park moving forward. The biggest of which being that it seems like at long last they have finally decided to move on from Integrity Farms.
You know, I kind of figured that they wouldn't stay Integrity Farms forever. I felt like it was only a temporary kind of storyline.
Yeah, like, I think Mr. Garrison is supposed to be in Mr., Trump. Sorry. You can go ahead.
Randy's weed farm, which has been a major focus of the show over the last 4 seasons. I gotta say, I was genuinely surprised by this. If you've kept up with South Park over these last 7 years, you would know that Integrity Farms has been very divisive among the fan base. I mean, some people loved it, but a lot of people hated just how heavily the show focused on it. And of course, Matt and Trey, being Matt and Trey, knew this and essentially trolled the audience over and over again by hinting at the end of Integrity Farms in many episodes, only to pull the rug out from under us every single time. So when the end of this...
So it could be another rug pull, you think?
Maybe.
Wait, they are making changes to South Park now? It's basically storyline, like, Randy's supposed to be saying goodbye to Integrity Farms. It's not like major changes.
I forgot to change the
I
categories.
forgot to change the categories.
Just chatting. My dumbass forgot to change the categories. Sorry, give me 1 second. I just now realized we're not playing Mario Party 3 anymore. Alright. We're back on it. Alright.
This episode seemed to show Integrity Farms being gone for good. I'm not gonna lie, it made me a little sad. I mean, this is the end of a pretty major era of the show. Certainly one that I wasn't the biggest fan of, but Integrity did produce some gems during its time, and I've become so accustomed to it that I have no clue what the show will look like without it. But in terms of my feelings on this episode as a whole, I thought it was just okay. I know this is shocking to hear coming from the #1 South Park glazer on the internet, but just because I love the show doesn't mean I think everything they do is groundbreaking and
That's true, it's true. I mean, South Park has been around for a while, and almost every show has this point in their writing and their story and stuff where it feels like it should end. It's kind of having that feel like South Park should finally come to an end.
Yeah, but they just signed like a $1.5 billion contract too.
I know, but that's not a good thing.
So.
Also, just a small story change, like they do something in the past. Yeah.
Hilarious. I'll go more into what I liked and disliked about the episode as we talk about it, but for the most part, I thought it was just kinda mid. It definitely had a lot of funny ideas and relevant commentary covering things like tech companies powered by AI, the president.
My favorite part was at the very end when Tally was in the bathroom. And he was made to be a cum rag. And Satan's like,
receiving
you're here
gifts,
forever.
which are totally not bribes from all...
Sorry. Go ahead.
Done.
You're here forever?
That's done.
These CEOs and world leaders, and how AI is making all of us feel smarter while actually making us significantly dumber. As I'll talk about, I feel like these ideas had the potential to be very funny, they just weren't super funny. So, with the intro out of the way, let's get into it. The episode opens and we're back at Integrity Farms, where Randy is shooting an ad for his business featuring...
When I saw this, I went, oh god, they're gonna be raided by ICE. I called it like right before it happened.
I thought the same thing too.
All of his hardworking Mexicans. We immediately get a call back to the previous episode as all of his Mexicans are rounded up by ICE and taken away. Fortunately, there were no puppies on the premises because we all know how that would have ended. Randy tells the family that due to the government constantly deporting his workers, they might have to sell the farm. Now, as I mentioned, I was immediately skeptical of this.
Hi, it's just like that trucking company.
Oh yeah.
Considering Randy has said this several times over the course of the Integrity Farms arc, and of course he always finds a way out of it. But the rest of the family seems pretty excited at the prospect of finally leaving the farm, to which Randy is surprised.
You guys never told me that.
Yes, we did.
I found Randy's delivery here to be pretty funny because not only have the rest of his family told him probably dozens of times how much they hate being on the farm, the fans themselves have been voicing their complaints for years now, and I think this is Matt and Trey continuing to troll the audience by playing dumb and being like, wait, really? You guys don't like this? We never knew that. Why didn't you guys tell us? Randy tells Sharon that they should talk to someone about their marital issues, and by that, of course, he means talking to ChatGPT about it. They portray ChatGPT
Yep, ChatGPT is a great therapist for all your marital needs.
is just constantly sucking up to whoever is using it, telling Randy what good ideas he has and encouraging him to fix the issues with the farm instead of just moving on.
You're really smart, and if you've lost a lot of your workforce because of government crackdowns, we're just going to brainstorm some new business models.
This idea of
I wonder if they actually did use ChatGPT to actually, like, have that.
Well, there was that one episode they did where, Kyle was texting. No, it was Stan that was texting. Who's the girlfriend of Mindy? Who's the boyfriend of Mindy?
What?
Stan. Yeah, Stan was using ChatGPT to text his girlfriend.
Oh, you mean the, making the, oh yeah, was it ChatGPT?
Yeah, it was back then. It was like one of the first iterations of it.
Oh, okay.
And then in the last part of the episode, they used it to write the script.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Huh. They also used, no, probably not, was it ChatGPT 2 with the Donald Trump animation?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that Trump animation was AI'd.
The tiny
Fancy is
penis.
kind of the major recurring
That was a
theme throughout the
worm.
episode, which I expected given that the name of the episode is literally Sicko Fancy. So meanwhile, Towley is doing the same thing, asking ChatGPT to help him find a new job due to the farm closing down, but Randy interrupts and tells him that ChatGPT helped him come up with a plan to fix the farm. So they head down to Tweak Bros Coffee where they brainstorm different ideas for the company with ChatGPT, who of course tells them that all of their ideas are great and offers to help them plan it out.
Wow, I feel smarter already.
Do you feel smarter? I feel smarter. She's making us smarter.
AI is incredible.
I do like the point they're making.
I used ChatGPT as a therapist once. That actually worked pretty good. Until it doesn't.
Until it
Making
crashes
here
out.
about how AI is making people feel smarter by offering them all the information they could possibly ask for, while in reality it's making them much dumber by allowing them to do all of this without actually using their brains at all. They're basically just outsourcing all of the thinking to a robot who keeps telling them that they're smart. I don't think I need to explain
All we need is one Mexican.
He's one meg and ketamine.
how that could
Ketamine.
destroy someone's critical thinking abilities.
I never
So their
even
new
heard
plan
of,
is
You know what's funny? I've never even heard of ketamine until this episode.
Yeah, because we don't do drugs.
I've never heard of this stuff.
By the way, that's how Two Mad died.
Who?
He was a big streamer. He went like psychotic, but of course, he was snorting ketamine pills. So
Don't know him. Rest in peace, I guess.
to convert Tegrity into a tech company. And of course, if they want to be tech CEOs, they have to get into character.
Yes, squirt shit up your
Isn't that a
nose.
horse tranquilizer?
Yeah, it's a microdose of horse tranquilizer.
This is
Wait, is that the same stuff that someone used to, no wait, that's horse dewormer is what I'm thinking of.
yeah, you're thinking of something else.
Yeah.
is in reference specifically to Elon Musk, who's talked about how he uses ketamine, but it's pretty common knowledge that many of the executives at these tech companies are regularly microdosing some form of mind-altering substance, whether that be ketamine, shrooms, acid, really anything to improve their creativity. I also find it very funny that Towley is the one who's hesitant to take the ketamine, considering he was the one smoking meth and huffing computer duster back in season 14. We then get
Oh
to
yeah, sheesh. I guess it's because it's drugs he's not familiar with.
Huffing computer duster. I still don't get. Well, my,
No. The most craziest thing is huffing a Freon.
yeah, you've told us that story.
Will freeze your lungs and you die.
see Randy
Don't be
His
creative
commercial
with your
for
drugs.
the new and improved Tegrity, now known as Tecrity. This commercial does a
Tecrity.
wonderful job of not explaining what the company actually does while tossing together a word salad of tech buzzwords that would convince any clueless investor to buy in, an art that all modern tech companies have perfected. On one hand, I thought this scene
Yeah,
was
what can
funny
we
because of
do?
just how accurate it was, but on the other hand, it was almost too accurate, to the point where it felt like I was just listening to someone talk about why their tech company is the future, and there is nothing
to help me study two exams, and one of them it worked very good, but in the other it just was a waste of my time.
Yeah, sometimes I have to redo like a thumbnail like 3 different times.
when you do the
When I make thumbnails. And for whatever reason, it will start making it. It looks fun, and then it'll just X out and like this violates our policy. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I re-enter it again. It does it. It will pop it up.
weird.
So explain that to me.
That is weird.
Thing on the planet more annoying than that. So it kind of made the scene less enjoyable in my opinion.
Goodbye.
I'm in a
Oh, I'm in a hole.
Oh.
Randy won't stop talking to ChatGPT in bed, and Sharon gets annoyed and goes to sleep on the couch.
Go ahead and have fun with your little sycophant machine.
Hey, so what's a sycophant?
We
What
then
is
cut
a-
to the White
Did
House.
they ever answer that? What is a sycophant?
I think they did in the show, but I can't remember.
What is a sycophant?
A suck up.
Huh. I wish South Park made a follow-up episode when they was anime ninjas. Oh yeah, that was so cool. That was
where
one
the
of my favorite
president
South
is
Park
receiving gifts
episodes.
from different CEOs all over the world who are constantly telling him what great ideas he has and clarifying that his
Apple.
penis is absolutely not small in
Plain.
any way. My favorite one was Tim Cook, who handed him an Apple plaque with a 24-karat gold base. This is my favorite because it wasn't even a joke. This is literally what happened a couple weeks ago when Tim Cook
Oh.
visited Trump in the White House.
Huh.
For context, Trump announced tariffs on computer chips and semiconductors, but the tariff wouldn't apply to any companies that were willing to commit to manufacturing in the United States. Now,
I mean, that's a good point. Does that mean he has only American workers then?
Not the people in the factories with no windows, so they don't want to, Minecraft themselves.
I mean, that's the point of the tariffs, right? Is to have things be made in America only? Maybe? Right?
Right, and maybe have people who are not illegal driving trucks.
some might read this gift of a literal block of gold to a president who famously loves gold as being essentially a bribe to avoid these tariffs. I wouldn't say something like that
It's like
personally,
gold
but
member.
some might. And of course, Apple isn't the first to decide to give Trump a gift when it would be very beneficial to be in his good graces. Elon Musk gave him a car, the Qatari government gifted him a Boeing 747, Zelensky gave him a golf club. Trump loves gifts, and CEOs and world leaders are using that to their advantage to get on his good side. Appealing to the ego of someone like Trump is the easiest way to get through to them, so it's definitely the smart thing to do. This also continues with the central theme of the episode, with the CEO sucking up to the
I like when he said he wanted to use it as a butt plug for Satan. Use Apple as a butt plug.
Notice that light bulb's burnt out up there. You notice that?
It's like you.
president
What?
in a very similar way to how ChatGPT does to the user. Meanwhile, Randy and Tao Li, fueled by a ketamine bender, decide to break into an ICE detention center because they need one Mexican for their business, using ChatGPT every step of the process.
Hey, so I have this big generator that I need help shutting off.
Sharon decides to give ChatGPT a try and begins to understand why it's so appealing to Randy. Mainly the fact that it'll say you have a great idea no matter how stupid the idea actually is. Randy's new
Yeah.
plan to expand the business
Yeah, what was it? French fry salad?
French fry salad. Which doesn't sound like too bad of an idea.
It's just French fries.
is to have
So
marijuana's
that's smart I am.
classification as a Schedule 1 substance removed. And to do so, he sends Tao Li to Washington, D.C. with a gift for the president. We get a montage of Tao Li exploring D.C., which of course is heavily militarized due to Trump's recent deployment of the National Guard to deal with their high violent crime rate. We also see that many of the statues have been replaced with Trump's face, and of course they all have tiny penises to match. When he makes it to the White
Why do
House,
they
we get
have
to
no
see all of the
hands?
other CEOs there to give Trump a gift. And I love how they
Where's the
included
big head
Bezos and
guy?
Zuckerberg looking just like they did in their previous appearances. Although I do wish we got some
Bezos.
voice lines from them. I would have loved to hear Zuckerberg talk about his style.
The founder and chairman of Facebook, but I also have a style that is completely unblockable.
Tao Li gives his gift to the president, which turns out to be a hologram of Randy explaining their desire to reclassify marijuana and offering Tao Li as a gift to the president.
Put the towel in with the other gifts.
What's
Wait,
wrong?
there's been a misunderstanding.
This is a
Come
reference
down.
to Return of the Jedi when Luke offers up C-3PO and R2-D2 to Jabba the Hutt. While Tao Li is being dragged away, Randy is sitting on his porch, looking a little worse for wear. He did too much ketamine and now
I like how she just popped in. Gosh, that face says it all.
He's tasting colors right now.
he's in a K-hole, where Sharon decides to use what she learned from ChatGPT and does an impression of it, doing the sycophancy thing and offering to help Randy.
No problem. Would you like me to start laying out some exit strategies for you, with a focus on retaining any assets you might still have?
One thing I greatly appreciated about the scene is just how funny they made Randy look.
French fry salad is good. I eat salad with a cartoon-sized fries in them.
One of my favorite aspects of old South Park is how the crude animation style often made for some very funny visual gags, and with the improved animation in the modern episodes, you just never see that anymore. So seeing Randy like this was the first time in a very long time where they've captured that old feeling, and I greatly appreciated it. We then see the family packing up all of their belongings, officially marking the end of Tegrity Farms. Randy's explanation for leaving unfortunately makes a lot of sense.
Right now, there's just no place for Tegrity.
We then cut back to the White House, where the president's antics have been turned into a sitcom, even including a laugh track.
Aww.
If you have to have sex with yourself again, I can bring you a rag.
Oh.
Oh, poor Tally.
How, when we saw Tally in when we see Tally in the bathroom, how much was he used?
I don't think he wants to say. Where'd the president touch her?
God, I hate this place!
This felt kind of random at first, but as I thought about it more, I think that this is supposed to be a moment of self-awareness from the show, sort of making fun of the fact that all the Trump stuff is getting a little tired, with the crowd hysterically laughing at the same jokes they've been doing for 3 episodes now. If that's the case, I think that's a good sign, because maybe it means the Trump stuff won't play such a major role anymore. Satan goes to the bathroom to clear his head, where he stumbles across Towley, who has been made into the president's personal comrade. He asks for help, but Satan isn't exactly optimistic.
Oh, this is going to create even more Trump memes. That's so good.
Remember the
You can
JD
never
Vance?
escape.
The JD Vance meme we saw this morning, where he looked like the Undertaker and.
Oh yeah, the Undertaker and Jake Paul had a baby. It was JD Vance.
There is no escape from this place.
And that's where the episode ends. So now, let's talk about what I liked about this episode, my issues with it,
said
and
that
what it could
wrong.
mean for the show.
Hold on.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. Why did I say Jake? Because that name. Paul Bearer. Sheesh. WWE lore.
What happened?
Okay, so my biggest complaint about this episode is that it just wasn't that funny. Like I said, there was a lot of funny ideas, but it seemed like the majority of the humor derived from the ideas themselves. Let me give you some examples of what I mean. The idea of Randy talking to ChatGPT instead of his wife was funny, but the scene itself wasn't. The idea of Randy and Tally using ChatGPT to break into the ice center while high on ketamine to steal a Mexican is funny, but hearing my description of it alone would probably be just as funny as the actual scene. The problem is that there just weren't that many attempts at jokes in this episode. Now, when there was a joke, it was funny more often than not, but a lot of the episode we just listened to someone having a conversation with ChatGPT, and during those scenes, there's no jokes aside from the idea of using ChatGPT to fix all your problems. And I felt the same way about the Trump stuff. It seems like they just thought it would be funny to animate Trump getting gifts, which it was, but there were basically no jokes in the actual scenes at all. The only joke is that the CEOs say Trump doesn't have a tiny penis. Other than that,
Yeah, true. Well, I do think that one scene, though, where Trump came in with the Apple thing and said, hey, let me put this up your ass to Satan was kind of funny, though.
I think this episode was a transition episode. Like, they're trying to get back to... They probably wrote all the Trump stuff, like, last minute, and they're trying to get back to what they want to do originally with the season.
Yeah, maybe. Especially if they're trying to get rid of Tegrity Farms, too.
Yeah.
Trying to go into a new... doody-doo.
Because this is giving me the vibes of, like, season 20 after the 2016 election, where they just assumed Hillary was going to win and she didn't.
So now they're trying to just kind of, I guess, have it more... What's the word? They need to do less political stuff now and need to go back to, like, a more of a story. Yeah.
Well, or just parody of shit that goes on in the world. That's why I feel like they're really good.
Yeah.
It's just a scene of CEOs handing Trump gifts. Which again, the concept is funny, but the actual scene really isn't. Now, like I said, there were still things I found funny about this episode. I liked Randy acting confused at the beginning. I thought Towley's horrific fate was funny, if not a little bit sad. And I even laughed at the tiny penises on the Trump statues as much as that joke seems to have run its course. And for me, it's kind of frustrating because they had so many funny ideas. It just felt like they didn't really flesh any of them out that well. From the very beginning of the episode, I could tell that this one was going to feel more like a filler episode than anything. I half expected this music to start playing, but I think that was kind of the intention with this episode. It was more of a transitional one, in the sense—
Hey! He got it too.
I didn't pre-watch.
What?
I didn't pre-watch.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you did. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you got the same vibes from this episode that it's a
Yeah.
transitional. I'm guessing like maybe the whole storyline might get more into maybe something with Satan.
True. Sorry.
that it seems like they wanted to get rid of Tegrity Farms, and they felt like it deserved a full episode for its send-off. And I'm hoping that the reasoning for this was to have Stan and Randy back in the town, free to interact with the boys and the rest of the town again. The fact that the episode seemed to really focus heavily on the storyline rather than the jokes makes me think that they really wanted to have this episode to set up for whatever is next. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I hope that's a lot more focus on the boys and less of the political stuff. Like I said, I think the political stuff can be funny. I just feel the show falling back into that trap of, let's just animate whatever happened in the news this week, and that should be funny enough. That was so prevalent back in season 20, and I really hope they don't continue down that path. But overall, I didn't dislike this episode. I was definitely entertained, and it had its moments. I just found it to be kind of underwhelming comedically. But hey, with the death of Tegrity Farms, we can finally move past this ever-polarizing version of the show, and I'm excited.
I think the next episode is going to show what story they are going to do. Yeah, especially if we get everyone back together. Yeah, maybe this is a transitional episode. That way we can say goodbye to Tegrity Farms, have everyone all together again, make it a lot. And I guess they wanted to get rid of Tally too. That's the best way to get rid of Tally.
He is the worst. Tally, you are the worst character ever.
Excited to see where it takes us. Oh yeah, and the next episode isn't coming out for 2 weeks again. I guess this is just the schedule they decided for this season instead of weekly, so that kind of sucks, but I guess I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us for this episode. Go people to hate our channel members. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Bye. What's next?
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug.